Welcome back to the Todd and Oz Show at 5:50. Let's give them the business. It's brought to you by Align Foot and Ankle. They're on West 38th Street and online, alignfootclinic.com. The city of Austin has been slammed with dozens of complaints about Waymo and their vehicles stalling, speeding, even crashing. The majority of the complaints are from Austin police, an Austin fire, and residents as well. And many are calling these driverless cars a safety hazard, as we hear from Fox 7 News KTBC.
I'll be in the way. Sometimes I have this new nickname for Waymo. It's called "Damn You, Waymo."
Waymo vehicles are causing a stir on Austin roadways. Gabriel Mendez is just one of many drivers that have been stuck behind one of the autonomous vehicles.
Waymo stops immediately when it's a yellow light, when you have 5 seconds to cross over. So when you stop right then and there, you're stopping a bunch of other cars unexpectedly because it's a yellow light. It's not a red light. If it was a red light, then I technically understand.
Many complaints on this list provided by the city of Austin accuse the driverless vehicles of stalling and speeding. First responders have reported cases of Waymos being involved in a collision, passing security checkpoints, and blocking police escorts.
We could do without it, but I do think that it does take trial and error.
Senate Bill 2205, passed in 2017, prohibits cities in Texas from regulating autonomous vehicles, putting regulation and oversight in the hands of the state government. The city says it works with autonomous vehicle companies as they enter the market to offer knowledge on the local transportation network, helping driverless vehicles operate safely.
That story there from Fox 7 News, KTBC Austin. It is 5:51. State lawmakers are looking at shoring up the power grid. So many people are moving to Texas, and there's a growing question about the strain on the system. Lawmakers are looking at several different ideas, and one thing that's not on the table is an interconnection with either the East or the West Coast grids.
Integration with other regional grids would subject the state to external regulation and policies that do not align with Texas's best interests. The state has long valued the flexibility and local control offered by its independent grid.
That is State Senator Bob Hall. A separate bill which passed in the state house supports investment into the next generation of nuclear power. Backers say it's the most reliable option available and will make the state the epicenter of the research. Volatility continues on the markets, but one senator from Texas is remaining optimistic.
The swings continue even though there is a 90-day pause on most proposed tariffs from the Trump administration. Senator John Cornyn spoke in Dallas with a group of small business owners, saying he hopes this pause will lead to trade deals.
This 90-day pause period, an opportunity to get to zero and to really have genuine trade policies. To me, that's the goal.
Cornyn says the goal is for foreign markets to be open to U.S. goods the same way the U.S. is open to their exports. Cornyn says there is certainly volatility in the market, but is hopeful all of this is a temporary disruption.
That is newsman Eric Bushman reporting. Elon Musk says his time at Doge is starting to wind down, possibly sometime next month.
Tesla CEO Elon Musk revealing on a company earnings call.
Starting next month, I'll be allocating far more of my time to Tesla. And now that the major work of establishing the Department of Government Efficiency is done.
Saying he'll continue to support Doge to make sure that the waste and fraud he says it stopped does not come roaring back, noting he'll spend a day or two per week on government issues for as long as President Trump would like him to. The announcement comes after Tesla reported its quarterly profits fell by 71%, and as Musk has faced backlash over his role in cutting the size of the federal workforce. Kristen Goodwin, Fox News.
Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has announced plans to start phasing out artificial food dyes as part of his Make America Healthy Again efforts. Kayleigh Means is with the White House Senior Advisory's office and says this movement of MAHA.
We're going to take the common sense action of removing this literal crude oil from our food supply, which is an action every other developed country in the world has already done.
We get more on the story from newsman Mark Meredith in our nation's capital.
We're going to get rid of the dyes, and then one by one, we're going to get rid of every ingredient.
The FDA's new directive will require food makers to phase out petroleum-based synthetic dyes by 2027. The first to be removed, citrus red number 2 and orange B. Medical experts say food and drug makers will now have to find alternatives to color their products. Food makers say while they support making the country healthier, they question the research and science policymakers are using when determining what to ban. In a statement, the National Confectioners Association says, quote, "We are in firm agreement that science-based evaluation of food additives will help eliminate consumer confusion and rebuild trust in our national food safety system."
Newsman Mark Meredith reporting the FDA banned red dye number 3 back in January. Stay close. We got traffic, your forecast, the day's top stories straight ahead. The Todd and Oz Show coming up right here on News Radio KLBJ.
The Todd and Oz Show,